I'm Scott Michael Talk, episode 145. This is our Sunday show. DJ Infinite Rock will be on our next show. So this is like a warm up to the weekday show. You feel me? So on the Swivel podcast, we have the best barbershop talking sports and viral news. Please get familiar. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, share, comment. Let us know what you guys feel about the content that we put out, our sports and our viral news. So always come to us because as DJ iRock say, we are the source. We got a lot to cover. I want to get out of the weekend because we had Rivalry Week. And on the last episode, we were just getting into it, and now we have all the results. So I do want to talk about that. And currently, we are in the 1 o'clock block of NFL games. So I do want to give you guys some updates. Shador, his second start against my Niners. My Niners kicking butt in some bad weather out there in Cleveland. So he's trying to do what he can do. The Texans are up against the Colts. CJ Stroud, his first game back in like 3 weeks. It's been a little shaky, but he got into a rhythm there, up. And for iRock, you being the Atlanta fan that you are, they have gone up against the Jets. They're up on the Jets. So anyway, we're going to get into it. It is rivalry week. The rivalry games, I should say, the rivalry weekend games, Friday and Saturday. So it set up the conference championship games and potential playoff seedings because some of those games will come down to this upcoming weekend. And some of those teams, they're pretty much locked in. All they had to do was win. So you already know. So going into it on Friday, we had Texas upset Texas A&M 27-17. Texas was able to run the ball the best they have all season on Friday, actually. And especially in the second half, Arch Manning, he made plays. He made touchdown throw to Wingo to take the lead. Then Arch Manning, well, I call him Archibald, but for this game, I will call him Arch. He played like Arch. Kind of see a little bit progression. Didn't have the crazy numbers, but you can see when they needed a play from him, he was able to deliver. And so he had a 35-yard touchdown run. As I said before, Texas had their best running game of the season with Wisner running for $155. And on the other end, and them being such a highly ranked team, Marcel Reed, he couldn't answer. This wasn't the team that everybody saw all year. And even when they had a chance, okay, we gotta answer what Texas did. We gotta answer Arch Manning. Marcel Reed, bro, you threw a pick in the red zone. You know that's a no-no. Then A&M gets a defensive stop. He turns around, and then he throws another pick. It was like an underneath route. Like, you just got to do better than that, my boy. So, with this A&M loss, as we are, if anybody checked the rankings, check how it went last night, that loss put UGA in the SEC championship game. See, it was a lot. That's what I'm saying. This weekend of game just wasn't bragging rights. Just wasn't, we're going to hold up some trophy. This thing got real implications of what was going on. So that put UGA in the SEC championship game. I know at the end of the game for Texas head coach Sarkisian was trying to lobby and talk about, Texas, we got 3 wins against top teams and this, that, and the third. But, bro, what's going to hurt them, possibly hurt them, they lost to Florida. Lost to Lagway and those boys. But watch me put this pin in it right quick because I'm about to circle back around on that when I get into the other game. So check this out, guys. I see everybody. There's more people coming in. Hey, vote with the campaign. UJ on Friday, they beat Georgia Tech 16-9. It was a defensive game. It was a field goal fest. Now, last season, I think it went like 8 overtimes. And I said on the last show, watch out because Georgia Tech should be able to give them a hard time. This has been one of Georgia Tech's better seasons, actually. But yet and still, they weren't able to shake them up. They weren't able to, if King, who was King basically tried to do everything, actually. What he had, got it right here. Had 181 in the air. He ran for 39 yards. He was trying, but that Georgia defense wouldn't let them get the big play. Hell, and even in return, they couldn't even get the big play. So Gunnar Stockton, he finally kind of broke. He was the only one that got a touchdown when he threw the touchdown pass to Branch because they both shared a pick. It was a physical game. It just Tech couldn't get a score. Gunnar Stockton, he only had 70 yards. And now they got to go in there and play Alabama this weekend. Yo, that's 70 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 pick, not going to cut it, my boy. You got to be able to put some points up. You got to be able to get the big play. Because, and I get it's a rivalry game and GT going to play you tough, but the game is going to be right back in the Mercedes Dome. Hey, Bama, I'm going to tell you this. Bama, they're going to come out there hard playing crazy because DeBoer, he's coaching for his job. Y'all really think Alabama going to go 2 years in a row without getting to the playoffs? That boy going to be playing. He's going to be coaching for his job, and he's going to expect those players to play for his job. So, and speaking about jobs, watch my segue. Watch how it work. Watch my segue. So now Ole Miss, they brought their belts out. They spanked Mississippi State and won the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State to their credit, they tried to hold on early, but Trinidad James was too much, bro. He came out throwing perfect. He ended up with 359 in the air, 4 touchdowns. God, hey, yo, you won it. Wait, what you say, Militon? They won the Egg Bowl fair square. Hey, they won. Hey, no. Hey, just hear me out. Because I'm not like a big Ole Miss. I'm an LSU fan, actually. Here where I'm about to go with it, my boy. So Militon 1, 2, 3, 4. Here where I'm about to go with it. Trinidad James. That's why I call it Trinidad Chambliss, but I call him Trinidad James. Gold, all of my. Y'all know the song. Y'all remember the jam, right? He is my dark horse Heisman winner. He's ball all year at quarterback. He started out as their backup, actually. And every time in that game during the Egg Bowl, they just capitalized. Because Mississippi State, they kept making mistakes. Holding calls, tip passes, interceptions. I give the quarterback for Mississippi State, Taylor, what's his name? Kamario Taylor. They need to pay that boy some money and hold on to him. Man, he had a run that was crazy. They scored one of their touchdowns a little later in the game. The game was over though. They need to hold on to him. But here's the thing. Has anybody heard that Lane Kiffin is already taking a job at LSU? That's the team I root for. But here's the kicker though. I think the guy is the AD. I don't know if it's the AD or the school president, most likely AD. They said, bro, you can't coach in the playoffs. You gonna take our money, but you cannot coach in the playoffs. This is Ole Miss best season in like ever. 11 wins. And he wanted to say, okay, he wanted to move on. He wanted to move on. Man, he's gonna, but I mean, that deal is crazy. He's gonna take the money, move on to LSU, start the build there. But he said, hey, you gonna not on our dime. So it goes back that something that I hate, that the hypocrisy that goes on with the coaches and the players. I know he wanted to finish this thing off, and Ole Miss is like, hey, you can't take their money and then still be here to continue out. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like you're gonna take their dime. Like I said, you're not gonna do this and take their dime, whatever. But it's still acceptable for a coach to do this. It's still acceptable for a coach to say, you know what? Just say, I'm going to use myself as an example because I just saw another situation. The Tulane coach. Tulane is ranked in the top 25 this year. And the Tulane coach just took the job in Florida. And you were like, yo, okay, I've been coaching at this lesser team and I've made promises and assurances to these players' families. And I said, oh, dang, they're about to throw the bag at me and I could take off. I'm gone. No repercussion. You know what y'all going to say? All the marks going to say? Well, of course, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Say if I coach at Kansas State and they say, yo, the Oklahoma job can be up. I don't want to I can coach at Oklahoma with all that history, right? I'm going to take the Oklahoma job. Or I've been coaching winning team, bowl games, playoff, da. And then Atlanta come calling. Look, yo, Michael Penix ain't working. Maybe you got an offensive mindset. Maybe you can get the most out of Penix. Hey, that's my dogs. Hey, cool out. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna turn down the Atlanta Falcon job. So basically, coach has been in the portal their whole life. And here's in Ole Miss, this is their best season ever. What did they talk about the last few weeks? What's Lane Kiffin gonna do? They didn't talk about Trinidad Chambers having really a Heisman season. They didn't talk about that. They talked about, yo, what Lane, he gonna take the money? He gonna at first they said, is he gonna go to Florida? Then I guess, the report came out. He said he don't want to do Florida. He want to go to LSU when Brian Kelly, his bum self, got fired. Don't get me started on please don't get me started on him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm gonna repeat what I said last episode. Lane Kiffin, he's come a long way, but that boy, as much as other coaches left, give everybody's favorite guy, Nick Saban, he done it. Every coach has done it. But Lane Kiffin, he really did it. He invented the transfer portal. I'm going to repeat what I said last episode. I literally saw him, because he's a Nepo baby. He had his Nepo self at Tennessee. Got the call to coach the Raiders. Said, screw them kids. Went out when they were still in Oakland. LA, Oakland, wherever. Coached the Raiders. Fell on his face. Got fired. And went right back and coached USC. He was literally he had coached for 3 different teams within 1 year. And people and these idiot talking heads come on TV and get upset when a student athlete say, you know what, I ain't digging this. The coach said this, or y'all only got, I don't know, 100 grand for your boy, but they got like 800 grand for your boy, or somebody got 1 million for me, and you want to play games like, bro, I'm gonna go. I'm telling y'all, these kids do not care about these little fight songs, these little school songs. They want to get paid and go to the league. They do not care about these little fight songs, all that rah, 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 USC, rah, 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 Alabama, rah, 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 UGA. No, they care about taking care of their family. You know why? Because these coaches care about taking care of their family. If there was a case, Lane Kiffin wouldn't even care about going to LSU. He would say, I have built something special in Ole Miss and Oxford for the last few years. I'm going to stay here, continue to build the best season they've had ever. First 11 win season, and he on his way out. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. These grown people can go and just take off whenever they want to, and y'all sit here and get mad when a student athlete say, "Screw this, I'm out. I'm a take a little more, take some more money somewhere, or get a better opportunity somewhere, so I can get to the league, so I can get that money, the same type of money, get more money than these coaches are getting." So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. So on Saturday, Ohio State, bro, they got their lick back. They murked Michigan. They got their gold pants finally. Anybody don't know, gold pants, they're the pins that they get when they beat Michigan. First time since 2019. Michigan, they came out storming on them. Came out big run by Marshall. Marshall, probably one of the reasons why they really couldn't keep in it, because he got injured early. Kept getting held to field goals. That's all they got it, the 3 field goals. And then, of course, Saying, which is a Heisman finalist himself, he cut it loose. He cut it loose, y'all. He got the cooking. He hit Smith for a touchdown, hit Ennis for a touchdown before the half. So, they were 17-9 up. For whatever reason, the Michigan DBs, they weren't being coached up right on the sideline. They slant routed them to death. They was converting third down, slant route. The touchdown to Ennis was a slant route. They come out third quarter. They kick the can around with him a little bit. Boom, post route to Tate on the broken coverage. I don't know. Look, y'all. After that, that was it. The broken coverage, touchdown, wide open. That was it. Underwood, he's a true freshman. He looked overwhelmed by Matt Patricia's defense. He'll be back. He's one of those guys. He got too much talent. It's just that being a true freshman, he'll be back. Oh, I see my boy DJ Champ. What's up? What's up, my boy? I see you in the chat. Hey, if you can, let me know if you can come on, because I'm about to talk about Alabama, and I know you got a lot to say about them. So, but real quick, the Matt Patricia defense, it's not uncommon for a former pro coach to coach college, but he got those boys on Ohio State clicking. He really does, y'all. He really does. And then on top of all that, Ohio State did to Michigan what Michigan did to them last year. Physical, run the ball. Michigan was not able to because of their defense. And like I said, Marshall got injured. That probably had a little bit something to do with it. Bo Jackson, it's crazy. Hey, his parents knew what they was naming him when they named him Bo with that last name. He tried to play like Bo, because he had 117 on the ground. Him and that offensive line, they were the one that was physical. They were the one that was cracking dudes in the face all day. Pause. So they get back. Saying he just added another little piece to the resume. 233, 3 touchdowns. He had an early pick But other than that, man, he did a great job. It was a classic rival game that at the big house. After the game, the Michigan players was trying to defend the M because last year they had tried to plant the flag at the horseshoe in Columbus, and it got real ugly. And the security in the stadium, they were macing players in the face and all that stuff. So obviously, that was a bad look for college. So they was trying to get everybody away from everybody as much as they could. It was fighting throughout the game. It seemed like every 4 plays, somebody was pushing, somebody trying to throw hands, and somebody. That's the game. It got so crazy early in the game that one of the Michigan defensive players, he headbutted the ref. It's crazy that the ref didn't even throw him out. Home cooking. That's all I can say. They was in Michigan, so I guess the ref said, "All right, I'm gonna let you slide this time." I don't know. That's wild. I've never seen a player headbutt a referee, and it was just cool. Like, they threw a flag, of course, but they didn't throw him out of the game. So it is what it is on that. But it was a belt. It was a BTA. It was a butt cutting. But Ryan Day, he finally got his win, and now they go to the Big Ten championship game to play against Indiana and Mendoza. So Matt Patricia and that defense, they got to dial that thing back up again because they got Mendoza coming up, and the Hoosiers been murking everybody. So this is the game that everybody want to see if Indiana is for real. Are they for real now? If they can put up those points against the Ohio State defense, and with Smith back, with Tate back, can they go ahead and duplicate those touchdowns and get some big plays against Indiana and go ahead and solidify their spot? Because either way, both teams are gonna be in the playoffs, but it's just they're trying to solidify seeding. And now, and I'm gonna finish this off with the Iron Bowl. Let me see real quick. Hold on, guys, real quick. Hold on, guys. Let's see if my boy's still in here. No, he's not. All right. Real quick, everybody. On YouTube, subscribe to the channel. On the Swivel Podcast, as always, me, Scott Michael Talk, my broadcast brother, DJ Infinite Rock. We got the best barbershop talking sports and viral news. We do this most times a week. We come on, we talk about all the games, all the viral news. Gonna have some viral after I get through this weekend of games. Trust and believe, man. This is what we do. This is what I love to do. This is what we both love to do. So everybody who's in the chat right now, please double tap that screen, send some likes, because that money go into producing more shows, giving you great content as always. So getting into the Iron Bowl. It didn't disappoint. It rarely ever does. I mean, how many last-second touchdowns, kick return, missed kicks, didn't disappoint. Bama held on 27-20 versus Auburn, of course. Man, it was. I'm just going to get down to the end of this thing, right? This is the game. Okay. Anybody that's not from the South, anybody that does not have a thought about that, they don't really understand this thing. This game splits up households. This game ends relationships. This game, I've seen stories where people like, hey, you better get a scholarship, because if I went to Alabama, you don't want to go to Alabama. You better have a scholarship because I'm not paying for your school. Like, it literally goes there. It was a guy a few years ago. He poisoned a tree in Toombs Corner, an Alabama supporter. Toombs Corner is in Auburn. Poisoned a tree, and he got charged for a felony because obviously a tree being on school grounds is a felony. You do anything is a felony. So people are willing to go to prison over this rivalry, just to paint a little picture, right? But I'm gonna move ahead to the fourth. I'm gonna move ahead because Bama was up 17-0. He had our Ty Simpson. He had hit Horton on a couple touchdowns before. Auburn, even though they're not the best team this year, but just the rivalry, they missed a few opportunities, and they finally got back into it. They clawed back into it. Ashton Daniels hit Simons on a big 61-yard pass play touchdown. They were able to snatch the momentum back, is what I'm saying, right? And then, especially when Alabama went for it on fourth in the red zone and didn't get it. So all the momentum was Auburn's way. Ty Simpson came back down, threaded the needle for a third touchdown to Horton. And it came down to Daniels and Auburn trying to get a drive to tie it at 27. Came down to a fourth down, got bailed out on a PI and a pass interference, which wasn't. But hey, when you're in Jordan-Hare Stadium, you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt. And then it came down to the wide receiver fumbled on the screen pass. And that was the game. Now, Bama is in the SEC championship game. They're going to play each other in Atlanta. DeBoer got another week because I'm going to tell you guys, if DeBoer if they would have choked that game away, he'd be fired right now. They already was about done with him after the Florida State game early in the year. They were willing to say, hey, whatever the buyout is, go ahead and pay that, dog. So now one more game, because Georgia is in the playoffs regardless what happens. Alabama got to hold their position. So they got to win that one more game for the SEC championship. And then this actually lends to some other scenarios, actually. So, as I said before, now the pen I put in that statement I said before, watch this. Coach Sarkisian for Texas is lobbying for them to get in because they had some wins against some top teams, right? So they beat like Oklahoma and whatever, right? So now, what if BYU, they lose their game to Texas Tech? Because BYU is just a couple spots ahead of Texas. Then if Bama lose to UGA, they're right there. They're like on the tail end of like I think Bama ranked 10. BYU is ranked like 11 or something like that. Like they right there at the end. So they're saying we can move up. Even Vanderbilt, they're saying we can move up. Diego Pavia, he's a Heisman favorite. They're an exciting team. It's the SEC. Them too. I think it's going to come down to Texas had that bad Florida loss. And Vanderbilt lost to Texas. So I'm telling you, they're going to be like, well, why would they get the jump when Texas was like, why would Vanderbilt get the jump when we beat Vanderbilt and Florida suck? So they're going to say, well, Bama or whoever, right? Well, how can we lose pace or whatever? But we know after next weekend, it comes down to the voters. And when it comes down to the voters, it comes down to money. It comes down to the ratings. Who y'all want to see in the playoffs? We want to see no terrible games and blowouts. We want to see recognizable names. It comes down to money. Let's stop all the all the people want to say, well, if this happened, if they win by this, it come down to money. We saw that as Florida State. Well, Florida State, I think they were perfect, or maybe they only had one loss. And Jordan Travis, their starting quarterback, got injured. They kicked him up out of there because they said, well, you have an injured quarterback. So if we vote you into the dance, you're going to get blown out because you don't have a quarterback. They do not want to put bad games on television. They're in it to make money. Ratings equal money. Those advertising dollars, our viewership. Please believe everything in this world is a business. So when it comes down to a vote, maybe they say, you know what? Maybe they say, if BYU can't handle their business, Texas, Peyton Manning's nephew, everybody want to see what Arch Manning could do in the dance. Or maybe they say, you know what? Pavia, he's exciting. He's a Heisman Trophy finalist. Maybe they want to see. It's gonna come down to that. I'm telling you, they're not gonna care about no records. They're gonna care about what they think. At least, especially the casual fan wants to see. If you don't watch college football for nothing, you know Texas. I mean, so what? Like BYU or whatever. Like say Bama can't get it done against UGA. Am I going to replace Bama with a lesser known team? I saw a bracket where they had like a prediction or whatever, and how they do it is they want to put conference winners in the dance. They had Tulane on the board. Nobody trying to watch Tulane. Majority of people that's going to go to sports bars and hang out with people watch these games, they want brand recognition. Where's Tulane? Who is Tulane? They had them predicted on the board. It's crazy. Like, nobody voting for them. Nobody's voting for Tulane. Sorry, not sorry. So we're going to see this upcoming weekend and see how the politics play out, because they want the best teams with the brand recognition so they can make as much money, get as much viewership as they possibly can for these playoff games. Don't ever let nobody fool y'all. It's always follow the money. Always about making money. Don't ever let nobody tell y'all different. They don't care about competition. They want competition to make money. Don't ever let nobody fool y'all making no money. So everybody that's live in the chat, please double tap that screen. Please support the live. And we are on YouTube, on the Swivel. You see it. On the Swivel Podcast on YouTube, every episode. This is episode 145. Every episode, all the shorts, all the segments, everything you want to see, go over there. If you haven't subscribed, on the Swivel _podcast, go over there and subscribe. You watch all of our content over there. It's always on. Content is on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Facebook. We're everywhere. We got the best barbershop talking sports and viral news. Please believe. Now, we had another Black Friday. We had a Black Friday NFL game. So coming off of Thanksgiving, the Bears beat Philly 24-15. Personally, I'm not going to get too deep into what happened in the game. The Bears just ran all over Philly with Swift and Monagai. If I'm pronouncing his name right, he got a crazy last name. Swift had 125 and a touchdown. Monagai? Help me. Monagai? He had a $130 and a touchdown. Now the Bears are 9-3. They're leading the division. And they could end up being the number one seed when it's all said and done. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, that coach quarterback situation is dope. Is dope up there in the Windy City, huh? I'm just what happened. Okay, boom. I'm sorry, I'm just catching the red zone. So in Philly, they got a big problem. 2 straight L's. It is not looking. It is not looking right. It's very predictable. The offense is. I know a lot of people want their coordinator up out of there. Just have to get creative. Just have to let Hurts just go ahead and be. Don't put no strings on them. Like, hey, this is what we got to do. We got to get it done. Now I'm pretty sure AJ Brown, even in the loss, is happy. We all know he was upset. He wasn't getting targets. Hey, he had 10 catches. What he had, $132 and 2 touchdowns. So I'm pretty sure. I saw somebody do an AI video of AJ Brown, like, hey, what up, my boy? I got mine. I got my 2 touchdowns. Yeah, people wilding with this AI, but and while that happened, the Cowboys won again. Now I know they're 6-5-1. They have to win out, and I don't think in that division they playing like this. You don't want to see. As much as I do not like the freaking Cowboys, you do not want to see them with that much confidence being that hot going into any situation in the playoffs. They already beat the Eagles once. I don't know what week they're going to get them again. This reminds me of the Eagles a couple years ago when they had that crazy hot start, and then I think they lost almost every game from December out. See, this is a time right now is when teams. This is winning time. I'm gonna use it like that. This is winning time. This is the time when the pretenders and the contenders, the cream rise to the top. Pause. This is it. You're either making a playoff push. You want to be the number one seed. You want to try to get that first round bye. The Colts is struck, man. Well, hold on. Like today, LA played. Give me one moment, because today the LA Rams, played the Carolina Panthers, and Bryce Young went nuts. Yo, he went crazy. This is the Bryce Young that you kind of get. He's kind of inconsistent. You get that Alabama Bryce Young. Matthew Stafford uncharacteristically turned the ball over all day. I'm watching the red zone right now. What I'm saying is, now you want to get the top spot in your conference. Now look at how Carolina played the Rams today. Carolina Panthers, they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're going for it. Tampa Bay is trying to hold on to their spot, trying to hold Carolina off. The Bears trying to hold the Packers off. The Colts, they ran into the Texans today. Texans got C.J. Stroud back. The New England Patriots trying to hold on. They're the only team with 10 wins. So this is the time. And everybody else, make your calls. Make your Bora Bora calls. Make your Cancun calls. Make your Tahiti calls. Yeah, look, you're done. Like the Browns today, I'm pretty sure everybody was seeing what Shedeur Sanders was going to do today. I watched a lot of that game against my 49ers, who's also trying to win as much as they can because we're in the wild card spot right now. So a team like that's trying to see if Shedeur is the guy that they're looking to be the quarterback QB1 going forward. So that's where a lot of teams are trying to get to the playoffs. trying to get the higher seed. This is what this time of year is. So the Eagles, y'all better tighten up. We've seen this story before. Gotta tighten up. Gotta get more creative. I don't know if it's too late to get creative. I don't know what that is. Because obviously the line ain't right. Saquon can't do what he was doing last year. So you gotta. I lived in Philadelphia. I'm telling you, the way those people were booing, they walked out early. I'm telling you, people were tearing up their houses on Black Friday. They probably went out to Walmart and bought something, came back, broke it. I'm telling you, the crazy in Philly. All my Philly people, my frat brothers up there in Philly, all y'all who stayed out there in Endora, up in Roxborough, you know what time it is. You know it's your Guala, man. You know y'all crazy about them teams too. It don't matter if the Flyers, the Phillies, the Sixers, the Eagles, everybody. But yeah, Stafford just uncharacteristically turned that ball over today. Right now, see, from Thanksgiving, I always said me and iRock say from Thanksgiving on out to January to the final whistle. This is the time to play Carolina. Yeah. Carolina got that win today. Now the Bears are the number one team in the NFC. Boom. That quick. So for the remainder of the day, we got some, like I said, the early games. Me and DJ Infinite Rock, when we come on next time, we're gonna talk about the games more in depth, I should say. I'm just, looking at Red Zone real quick. But when he come back, we're gonna really get into all those games. We're gonna break down the games a little bit more. A lot of the games were closer than what I thought it would be. So we got a lot to talk about. The primetime games tonight is Denver versus Washington. I'm just going to say right now, I'm just going to predict the games right now. I got Denver over Washington. I think the Commanders should just say, hey, Jaden, we're going to pack this whole season up, come back next year. He injured his knee, his thigh, and his elbow. We saw how bad that arm looked a few weeks ago with the dislocation. Pack it up. New York versus Patriots on Monday. I got Patriots. The Giants are going to get Jackson Dart back. At this point, the Giants just trying to see if Jackson Dart could be that guy going forward. And the Patriots should be able to win their 11th game and stay ahead of the AFC. So we're going to do that. So we're going to get more in depth with that, guys. So we're going to get into a little bit of viral news before I get you guys out of here. Thanksgiving season is over. Hope everybody ate good. No more leftovers. After the day, dump them. Maybe you can, I don't know. Maybe you can pack a little stuff up, meal prep for one more day. Pack it up. Get rid of it. It's over. So, saw something because y'all act nosy. That's what y'all do. So, Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion, they had their first Thanksgiving, and y'all could not leave. Y'all couldn't leave well enough alone. Y'all could be happy for anybody. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on with y'all. It's a time of year when people invite their partners, their new or significant others to meet their family. Klay Thompson's dad said wow, she can cook. Look like he really likes her. Then I saw a post where he named his boat. I don't know if it's a new boat, old boat, SS Stallion. So get over yourself. They're together. And I read the comments Oh man, she's gonna Tory Lanez him. Oh, yo, the relationship is capped because her career ain't hitting no more. So now she's trying to get back. Clay's a bum. Now Clay's trying to get hot in the streets because his career about over. John Morant put his finger in his face. He's a bum. He's washed. So now he trying to get with the hot younger. I've y'all submit. I've seen it all. If they happy, let them live. Are they bothering any y'all? Are they bothering you? They're not bothering me. When I scroll through social media like anybody else, they're not bothering me, and they should not bother any of you. I guess misery must love company. How's your relationship doing? I want to ask that, especially the females. I see a lot of y'all. I don't know what it is. How your relationship doing? Did you make a plate? Did you make your man a plate? Do you have a man to make a plate for? I saw Stallion make a plate. I saw her cooking the plate, making the plate, set up the table. Did you set up a table? And any men out there hating? Did you have a woman make you a plate? Did you eat good with your woman? I guess not. Misery truly loves company. Leave them the hell alone. I don't care if they break up in a week. So be it. And my second viral, Juelz Santana, come on down, you little junkie, you with no teeth, bitch. Come on down. So he said it's important for kids to know mathematics, but it's not important for kids to know how to read. That was the tagline. That was the clickbait at all. Now I did listen to the conversation. They conflated a lot of things in this conversation, right? It was a kid should know mathematics and then financial literacy. He said, actually, a kid does need to know how to read, but like common sense is better. Like I have the common sense other than the book smart. Like I don't need to know how to like read like that. I'm not being illiterate. Like I know how to read, but I don't need to know how to read but so far because my math skills should be so superior that it should. Sir, come to the table. See, you learn how to read in an advanced level so you can learn how to comprehend. I don't know. Wait a minute. I think it's blocked. Okay, here we go. These are my notes for the day. They're not complicated. I'm pretty sure a third grader can read what I wrote down. But the notes and the little side notes that I wrote, the little footnotes that I wrote, the context in which I highlighted in my notes, that should take a little bit of understanding because I was writing about sports and viral content. So, sir, would it behoove you? Probably the reason why you probably could have made more money that you didn't have to depend on people to read certain documents for you. Because even though I get that, being in entertainment, yes, you need a lawyer because, yes, it's legal jargon in there. But hot damn, it's still some stuff that you have to read and comprehend for yourself so you won't get jerked. Then he talked about money and counting money in financial literacy. It's a lot of people that can count. but can't manage money. Those are two different things, and ain't 6'7". Two different things, sir. It was one of the most kind of backward, ignorant conversations. Whenever I hear Dipset members talk, I see why Cameron don't mess with him anymore. Whenever I hear Jim Jones and see Jim Jones do corny shit, like when he set up and had all the money spill out of his pocket and say some goofy stuff, I'm like, that's why Cam don't mess with you no more. And then I hear Juelz Santana say, hey man, kids don't even know how to read. That's why Cam don't mess with you no more. That's why. You dummy. Look, if he would have said that and then said, okay, well, let me explain. Boom. And whoever ignorant person he was talking to, because they didn't know what the hell they were talking about, would say, well, how about you differentiate what you're talking about? Because reading and comprehension, are you talking about both? Because they're kind of one and the same unless you can't read no more than the 5th grade level. So expound on that. See how I'm using educate? See how I'm using my SAT words? Expound on that. He probably doesn't know what that means. Probably doesn't. So I would say to that. Then when you speak about, well, math, they should learn how to know math. Yes, everybody should know how to to know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. But then you turn around and say financial literacy. So once again, the interviewer had half a brain. So, okay, well, let's break that down. Now, a level of mathematics that a child should learn at whatever age he said the child should be able to be very, very learned about their math skills. And then how can you then take that to financial literacy? Those are two different things. I can sit here and count to 1 million, but that doesn't mean I can manage and grow 1 million. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole conversation was backwards and ignorant, and the backlash that he's getting. If anybody should be upset about anything, don't be upset about Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. You should be upset that if you have a young person in your life that rock with Juelz Santana and he come out and say some goofy shit like that, that's what you should be upset with. That is right there. That's right there why a lot of YNs, a lot of people out here, instead of speaking clearly and pronunciating, they're mumbling. They can't get words out. They can barely write. They don't know how to sign anything. So yes, you should be able not only to be able to read and write, but to comprehend, understand, know context clues and things of that nature, and apply it to common sense, sir. And then use your math skills and then understand financial literacy. And then, okay, now so as I learn how to read and write, now I have a base. Now I can build on that base so I can comprehend and fully digest what I'm reading and what I'm taking in. Now I have a base of mathematics. Now I can use my mathematics skills to then be financially literate and understand how to balance finances, how to invest money, seeing how, things like compound interest and things of that nature. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but y'all know what I'm getting at. So at the end of the day, some people don't follow them. They're idiots. Some people lead you to hell if you let them. So I'm about to get up out of here with that one. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Always, always, always support, share, subscribe to On the Swivel podcast, On the Swivel _podcast on YouTube. Catch me and DJ Infinite Rock live on TikTok. We always let you guys know when we're going on. Whenever we do, please support. Whenever you see us live, tap in, hit the screen, hit the like, send the gifts. As always, subscribe, like, share on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at Scott Michael Talks. Scotty Too Hottie on TikTok. Follow me. Look, all the shit is there. Follow DJ Infinite Rock, the best mix machine. Follow him. All the content is there as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Episode 145. Boom. Hey, it's your Guala. Be back next time. Thank you so much